Hi, this is Tracy, and I want to give you a few tips for the major project that's due on Friday. First, you need to look at the assignment, the survey of website writing in your field informal report. And there are basically two things that are happening in this assignment. First, you have to find some kinds of writing that people in your field typically do, and then you need to follow the structure for writing the memo. So I'm going to give you some tips on both of those things. First, to find some sources for your field and identify them as the kinds of writing, I have a page on resources for identifying types of writing. It was right in the assignment, right here, resources for identifying types of writing. And it gives you a couple of places that you can look. Textbooks are a good source. And then there's also an activity for identifying kinds of writing with AI. And what this will do, sorry, I'm a teacher, so it's showing me the teacher version. If you have a kind of writing and you can't quite figure out where it belongs, you can copy and paste it into Copilot. I suggest using Copilot because it's not going to cache the information that you paste in there, and you're probably using kinds of writing that you have borrowed from someplace online, and so you don't want to give away somebody else's intellectual property. You paste that information into Copilot, and there's a prompt here that you can use to ask Copilot to tell you what kind of writing it is. So those are the two important things I wanted to make sure that you knew about in terms of figuring out what your sources are. The other thing you need to be aware of is the structure for the memo. And people sometimes get confused between the different kinds of correspondence. There's email, there's memos, and there's letters. This assignment is a memo. So here in the assignment, I tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to have memo headers, an introduction. You have to explain the approach that you took, identify the different types of writing that you found, and then draw conclusions about those kinds of writing, and then you actually have a conclusion to the memo. Now, to help you out with all of this, if you look up here, there is an annotated website survey memo template and a template that's the format only, and I want to peek at both of those real fast to make sure that you know they're available. So the annotated version of it goes through, and there's a lot of extra white space in here, but it's basically showing you how to set up your memo. You have a document title, and it tells you over here in the annotations how that works. You have memo headers, and it tells you over here how that works. Then you have the body of the memo, and you start with the introduction. There's an approach section, the types of writing section, and one of the things you need to be aware of here is that you need to have an advanced organizer, so make sure that you click on that link and find out what that is. And then you have a subsection for each of the kinds of writing that you find, and your conclusions, and then the conclusion to the memo. It's really important that you include all of these headings. That's one of the things that I'm going to look for, and then you explain everything in paragraphs underneath the headings. Now, in addition to the annotated version that tells you everything that's going on, there's the format only version. And let me click on that for you. And it shows you without those annotations what your memo will look like most likely. You can include screenshots of your thing, or you can include quotations. So yours will probably be longer in places than this because this is just placeholder text. But it shows you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Make sure that you use a specific subject line, not just types of writing or report or something like that. You want to say exactly what this memo is about. And so for this one, I'm pretending that it's types of writing in electrical and engineering. You also want to make sure that there's variation in your headings and subheadings. So we have this types of writing section, which is one of your main headings, and then underneath it you have the kinds of writing that you found, and those subheadings need to look different from the main headings. You can just use the default styles within your word processor. So those are the things I wanted to make sure that you knew about. Everything is linked from the assignment. I'll head back over to the assignment. There's the resources for identifying types of writing, and when you go there, you've got the link to the AI test if you want to try and use that. There's an explanation of the body of the memo and the information that you need to include in it here. And then you've also got the annotated template and the format-only template to help you make sure that you get your layout the way that you want it. So I hope that helps you with your assignment that's due this Friday. If you have any questions, just send me a message in Canvas and I will help you out. Have a good day.